So is it just me that Blitzway has been on a major roll as of late? Hey, it's Chris the Batman statue collector. Welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. And a lot of you guys know that I have some Blitzway items myself. And they're all, of course, Batman related. But the big news is that they've clearly acquired the Star Wars license, which is actually a Disney license, which is not always very easy to get these days. We've seen some smaller stuff from Iron Studios, but Disney is a big deal, and the fact that Blitzway is being able to do some Disney characters, specifically we're talking about Anakin Skywalker and, of course, Obi-Wan Kenobi from the prequels. And, you know, I wasn't a kid during the prequels, but I definitely appreciated them, and obviously I still feel like they're better than a lot of the newer films. Graphics not always great, but anyway, a lot of great characters. Of course, I really enjoyed the third film, and that's exactly what this is from. This is that epic battle between Obi-Wan and Anakin. And again, Blitzway, I truly think at this point, guys, like Hot Toys was always the standard bearer for likeness. We've got some really great likeness from Queen. We've got some very decent from J&D, sometimes very good, sometimes not so good in my opinion. But I think that Blitzway has become the greatest likeness company out there, even more so than maybe Infinity Studios. I just think that they do a really phenomenal job with what they're doing. And again, it's really exciting because they're doing like, you know, these Matrix ones or John Wick, or they're doing, you know, all the Batman stuff that they've done. And now they're branching out into other movie franchises. And again, Star Wars is a big deal because so many people out there, I mean, Star Wars is probably way more popular than Batman or Marvel or anything else. It's universal, and people absolutely love it. Now, they haven't always loved what Disney's done with the property or the franchise. It's made the community very divisive. But there is no question that the likenesses here are absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to show you what I have so you guys can see exactly what we're talking about. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so first up is a video package by Blitzway that shows off Anakin. Now, there's going to be two different versions. There's basically like this black label version, basically. It's where it's the deluxe, where it's going to have like actual hair. Like, I don't know if it's wool hair or if it's going to be hand punched. I'm not sure. But it's definitely, they call it, again, a black label piece. You can see the hair blowing there. And so some people love that. Some people like the rooted hair. Some people like the sculpted. And you're going to have basically both options. This one, of course, will be more expensive. What I really want you to notice, though, is kind of something that's game-changing. It could definitely be changing the game for sure. Just look at all of the different posing that's going on. Again, this is a statue, okay? Think about all of the people that love Hot Toys, that love the posability of Hot Toys, right? Well, they have constructed this way to be able to articulate the statue. And I'm going to show you some graphics here in a bit that will let you do certain poses. It's not going to be unlimited poses. It's not going to be like a Hot Toys. But this definitely could be changing the game without having to have so many swap outs. Now, will that affect the price point? We will see. But again, they are going to be offering some different options here. But I think all of them have the posability, basically. But I think that, I mean, that likeness is freaking phenomenal. There is no question in my mind who that is. That is Hayden Christensen. Absolutely fantastic. And of course, as we look at these photos, you're going to really see just how good their sculptors have become. You know, a lot of, K.A. Kim comes to mind. So many talented artists, and I think that looks fantastic. I think they really captured the spirit of him. I love the menacing look. Toward the end of that film, he was consumed by rage. He was turning to the dark side, he basically had already been. But I just think this thing looks fantastic. I have a number of Blitzway pieces, like I said, and I think they continue to get better and better. I think that they were always good, but I think we're to a point now where, people are going to see these and think, is this an actual photo of the actor? There's always going to be subjectiveness to this. Like, is there going to be, people that say, it doesn't look anything like him? Sure, I do the same thing with various pieces myself. We all see people differently. But from what I've seen so far online and just in some conversations with my collector friends, everybody seems to be pretty much in agreement that this thing is fantastic. It does have a very nice base. It's a kind of a large raised base. They did something similar with the boys statues, and this light up feature I just think adds a lot of elegance to it. I think it looks nice. And again, there's so many different ways basically that you'll be able to pose this. And I just, again, I'm in awe of this. I am so glad, though, I'm not a Star Wars collector right now. I used to be a long time ago. I used to collect just about everything Star Wars. Still love the franchise, but man, I am so glad, because that's a lot of money. You could just imagine how many characters they could end up doing. And again, you can see that it's got this light up lightsaber. Again, Black Label, that is what they're calling this line with the hair, okay? So again, I wanted to make sure that that is clear so you guys know the difference, okay? And then of course they are doing a sculpted hair version as well, which is exactly what we're seeing here. No loss in sculpt. Again, some people really like sculpted hair better. I tend to like sculpted hair better myself. I just feel like it's at least a little bit more consistent. But what we're seeing here is another video by Blitzway, and this, of course, is going to be teasing Anakin and Obi-Wan both. These are called the super superb versions, or the superb scale statue standard versions. It's just funny the names they come up with these statues sometimes. But anyway, I don't think that they're going to do a Black Label for Obi-Wan, as far as I could tell. I have not seen that as of the recording of this, so I think they're just going to be standard versions, and maybe because his hair is so short. I mean, look at the sculpted hair. I think that looks just as good, and obviously probably most likely will be a cheaper option. But again, I think that both of these look absolutely fantastic. And like I said, the fact that they are going to be doing these in these posability, this pose option, is really unique. I like that the bases both light up. I think it would have maybe been cooler to have a red light, and I don't know if the lights can change, but obviously they were fighting on Mustafar. I think that would have been better, just because, it was that lava-like planet, and that's that epic scene. So I think a lot of reds would have been cool, but I understand why they went with the blue. It's definitely a beautiful effect that they have got going. So again, I just wanted to highlight the fact that yes, you do have the same great detail in the sculpted versus the rooted hair version. This is what I wanted to show you guys. So there's going to be these joints, okay, and which will let you have certain amounts of articulation. So again, how much of this is actually going to be polystone? We already know that Blitzway does PVC heads. So is this going to be a lot of PVC, like a jointed PVC? Is there going to be any silicone? I'm sorry, not silicone, I meant polystone. Is there going to be any resin to this? That we don't know. I would assume the base will be resin, but will the figures be? And so that is a really good question, because now we're kind of, in my opinion, blurring the lines a bit between figure and statue. So I'm really curious how you guys are going to weigh in on that, because again, this is something that has been done a little bit. We saw that Queen Studios Hulk, that third scale, it's going to have articulation, which I think is cool. That's a lot of silicone though. So this is basically PVC, it's plastic, just like a Hot Toys. So are these basically turning into large scale Hot Toys? I definitely want to hear your thoughts. Like, where do you weigh in on that? Because it is interesting. It is something new, at least new to me. Other companies may have been doing this before, but anyway, I think this likeness also looks fantastic. I'm blown away with what I'm seeing. I really like what Blitzway has been doing. And I'm so excited for Star Wars fans, because I truly believe you guys have waited a long time for some really great Star Wars merch. And, there's always been quarter scales, and there's been the Mythos line, which, Sideshow has made mad this week with the Darth Vader announcement. But I think this is really awesome. I think that they nailed these, and it really does make you wonder, will they end up doing an entire line of these? The possibilities are endless. I'm excited for you guys. So there you guys go. Again, it's so exciting. And I'm so happy for collectors. Maybe some of you might have wished this was like third scale, but I still think this is going to be incredibly popular. Again, some of the stuff that they've been doing lately, like The Boys, was absolutely fantastic. I really like what they've done with that franchise and that property with Billy the Butcher and Homelander. Love that show, by the way. But this Star Wars stuff, if they continue, if they have the license to do a lot of these things, it's going to change the game for Blitzway without question. But I still hope they focus on some of the DC stuff as well. But I'm going to turn it over to you guys. What do you think of this one? What do you think of this property? What do you think of the idea of them doing a whole line? And also, what do you think of the sculpts? Are you as impressed as I am? And then, of course, this is game changing with the posability. Are they figures? Are they statues? Let me know your thoughts, because again, this is very different and Could this also change the game? So anyway, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this. Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for taking time out of your day to watch this content. Again, it means the world to me. If it is your first time viewing or you haven't been around for very long, please consider hitting the subscribe button. Hit the like button. That does help us out tremendously. And if you want to take it one step further and help support the channel, you can hit the join button down below for membership perks and other things. And again, that does help us out tremendously here. And so again, I can't thank you guys enough. You guys mean the world to me. Thanks for being part of this great community, and we'll see you soon in the Batcave or maybe on the Death Star. Bye, everybody. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these 2 awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.